Video, we have completed the direct effects of environmental pollution, right? So now we are going to talk about the indirect effects of environmental pollution. So the first indirect effect is the loss of habitat of organisms, right? So let's see that. Right. Loss of habitat of organism. So due to the environmental pollution, the animals living habitat is destroyed. So living habitat means what? That is the natural environment where the plant or animal live. So see, you can see due to the pollution here, the aquatic organisms are destroyed. Okay, so that is the first. So that is the first indirect effect, right? Then the second is the desertification, right? So the land become desert, which means there you can't grow a good plant, right? So the change of the ground condition making unsuitable for the plant growth. So this land is not suitable for the plant growth. That is called the desertification. So what causes this desertification? Those are the deforestation, greenhouse effect, salination, and natural causes such as weather changes are the reasons. So these are the main reasons. So you have to know these reasons for the desertification. And also even the irregular monsoonal rain cause this drought condition. Okay, right. So then the second and third indirect effect is the reduction of crop yield. So in this condition, photosynthesis are not present in the optimal level, right? So due to the environmental pollution, the soil and the plants have been affected. So what happens? They can't conduct proper photosynthesis. Therefore, the yield is reduced and the land become infertile due to their constant use for agriculture, and the land also become infertile, right? So the productivity of plant decreases through water, land, and air pollution, right? So that is the reduction of crop yield, right? Then the next indirect effects, the construction and degradation of natural environment. So here you can see how the walls and the buildings have been changes due to the environmental pollution, right? Like metal statues, buildings, ruins, and marbles building are eroded by acid rain, right? So due to the acid rain, they can be eroded. So natural limestone also degrade due to acid rain. As the temperature of the environment increases, wall plasters and paintings of Taj Mahal is at high risk of deterioration, right? So due to even for the increasing temperature also damage or degrade the natural environment, right? Right. So the next one is the health issue, right? So when we talk about health issue, as environment is polluted, the infectious that can be spread, that you call even communicable or contagious, right? So as an environment is polluted, the infectious or the contagious and non-infectious, which means that is non-communicable, they are not spreadable, are rapidly spread in the environment. They spread rapidly due to the improper disposal of garbage. Examples like dengue, right? So even you have the health issues. It can be spreadable or not spreadable, right? Okay. Then the next indirect is the reduction of biodiversity, right? So what is biodiversity? That is the number of species in a unit area. right? So that is called the biodiversity. So that biodiversity reduce, then you called as the reduction of biodiversity. When pruning some plants, pruning means like we are cutting the main tips of the plant used in landscaping, some parts are removed, right? When ornamental fish like catfish grow in sites, they are released to the natural water bodies. So all those things you can see here. So these organisms become a threat to the other organism in the natural environment and affect the biodiversity. So what happens? Due to this, they affects the natural environment. So main reduction of biodiversity is due to the environmental pollution. Right? Next one is the introduction of invasive species. What is invasive species? That those are the non-native, that is not present in the native, right? And that harmful to the ecosystem. So you can see here. So this is a fish species. So here a new member is invading, right? So invasive species are result of changes in the environment. These species can tolerate the conditions and therefore invade the habitat of the native. So they invade the native space. So due to that also that will be due to the environmental pollution, right? Then the last part is the economical losses. So an extra amount of financial input and effort is need to revise the environment, right? When the environment is getting polluted, again we have to make that to a proper manageable system. So you have to spend, you have to in financially you have to spend more. So that is also an indirect effect of the environmental pollution, right? So once again I'll quickly summarize all the things. See, so we talked about indirect. So these are the loss of habitat, desertification, reduction of crop yield, construction, degradation of natural environment, health issues, reduction of biodiversity, introduction of invasive species, and the economical losses. Right. Thank you.